Mala mordida. Muerde, she says, and I bite down. Her latex-gloved finger tumbles to the floor. And now the blood isn't just coming from my gums anymore. Muerde. An ancient group, dating back at least as far as the Carboniferous period, some 320 million years ago. An ambassador of an ancient group appears on my bedroom floor. An interruption. El calor de la colmena. El cerebro de la cucaracha está en todo su cuerpo. An insect with a damaged foot doesn't limp. Insects with crushed abdomens continue to feed and mate. Caterpillars still eat and move about their host plant even with parasites consuming their bodies. Even a locust being devoured by a praying mantis will behave normally, feeding, right up until the moment of death. Tienes una mala mordida, she says. My brave little teeth, pale yellow and beastly, unruly city. A slanted chasm between above and below, jagged absence in my mouth. I am in Peru and the cockroaches are attempting to breach the perimeter of my soul. I can feel them, gnawing at my feet. According to Julia Kristeva in Powers of Horror, the abject refers to the human reaction, horror, vomit, to a threatened breakdown in meaning caused by the loss of the distinction between subject and object, or between self and other. The open wound, shit, sewage, even the skin that forms on the surface of warm milk. Kristeva writes, a language of want, of the fear that edges up to it and runs along its edges. No tengo miedo que me roben. Tengo miedo que me muerdan y me abran la piel y que todo pueda entrar y todo pueda salir. Soon the heat will come. I have a hive beneath my skin and I hear the buzzing grow in the distance. Teeth should be strong and white, a fortress. Between my toes a fungus is growing. It is a process of years, she says, but I feel my gums receding with every passing day. Memories fade and glaciers melt. Raíces delgadas, ligueras. Plagues are social creatures. La cucaracha ya no puede caminar, porque le falta una pata de atrás. Look at my big body, an apex predator, with my weaponized flip-flop, my spray can. I too could lose a foot and have everything I thought I knew about my body and where it ends crumble. My mother cannot walk barefoot on the beach anymore. In the bathroom, I stare at my toenails and look for black, a stain, an entrance. The house is unfurnished. I arrive on Wednesday morning and the house is empty but swollen with ghosts and ambiguities. On the bedroom floor, I find a gleaming brown thing, disintegrating, the color of shit. Siento el aliento caliente en mi cuello, y es como si fuera un miembro de un organismo que se retuerce. There are 6 of us, enough to make an insect body walk. I wonder if it knows I'm there, if it knows I want to kill. If it knows I want it dead, though I would rather do anything than kill it, rather do anything than hear its gleaming brown deviance crackle and crunch under my feet, that I don't even want its death to touch me. No one cares as much about insects as those that fear them. La dentista, como la tía, como la abuela, un desfile de mujeres que me llaman preciosa, me llaman mala, me llaman hija extranjera, me dicen que estoy creciendo y creciendo y creciendo y creciendo y que debería tener cuidado que no crezco torcida, mi sangre áspera. Un desfile de mujeres que se ponen los guantes de látex, critican a sus asistentes, me preguntan si eres mi novio, y yo trato de hablar, pero tú eres algo que solo se puede murmurar entre los dientes malos. Reluciente, entre los dientes malos, hay una piedra preciosa, escondida, cambiando de formas a la liguera, preciosa y mala. And I want to tell the mother body that there are no white temples, and I want to tell the cockroach that I feel its language on my skin. La bruja del siglo XXII será multisegmentada, tendrá ojos compuestos y antenas. No te olvides, cuando lanzas tu bomba de sangre al fascista, el hechizo mágico es mezclar tu sangre con otra. Refugio en la impureza. Sister blood. The thing is, perhaps the soft heart to be punctured, perhaps the soft heart donde podemos anidar como serpentinas, is in a dark place that has been called mala, sucia, impura. The backyard has been empty for a couple of days now, a soothing, still life, and I almost miss the spike in the air, spark of horror, el asco. Runs along my edges, the color of shit, or dulce de leche. It's thrilling. In the six-headed house in Peru, my own ambiguous ghost sits across from me and color codes my anxieties. Quiero aprender el idioma de las siluetas. El cuerpo de la criatura se prepara para la transfiguración. El cuerpo de la criatura se prepara para desaparecer. Una muerte roja, escamosa, un nacimiento monstruoso, un caldero, hirviendo. To be an old object, full of holes and able to die over and over again. Tienes una mala mordida, she says, and shows me the dark ruin of my mouth, the chasm where anything could enter and anything could leave. Y cuando el calor haya llegado y cualquiera sin colmena haya caído, viviremos, llamamos al virus mensajera y abrimos las millones de bocas en nuestra piel y mordemos. Balaclava. Ripples in the water. Cut a tree open and watch it bleed rings, inside rings, inside rings, inside occupations, inside infinity pools. That used to be a university building, too. Tuck each other's black t-shirts in, at the backs of our necks, over our noses. It's hard to breathe. This is how gills grow. Jump rope sweetly into extinction. Radicalize, then de-radicalize, then re-radicalize. Several blood moons, a rapid cycling, a bicycle wheel down the street. But leave the library intact. We, too, have our religion. Once you called this womb, a burrowing in the city like a clogged artery, a nestling in from the cold of wireless existence, an ergonomical chair, a mouse and monitor, and a handful of malevolent corporations that offer you soft clouds to log into. Isn't it sad? In the city clogged like an artery, you find a rare safety in typing in your name, your student number, your password, a technological place to call your own. You'll be dragged from this womb by your hair. And yes, we are lonely in our privileged youth, in the rage hooked into our bellies, a gleaming rose gold. We have always had rose gold at our fingertips, the flakes glittering beneath our dirty skin. We didn't know a uniform could treat us this way. Us? Later, someone apologizes for their panic attack at the station. Later, someone tells us how they were sexually harassed by the officers. Later, someone's name is unfurled from their fingers. Precious. It was exciting to wear the balaclava and gasp into shadow life. A newborn species rising, black-clad pastel socks, tentacular and fungal, a growth inside a university building. We leak viscous silver through keyholes. We are poison ivy, cockroach, skittering invincible across the tiles of the infinity pool. And when they come, we lock our limbs together, our spines grown fused, our bloodstreams and their twin dreams, a fantasy, mushrooming. And yes, it is terrifying. And yes, it is death, a singularity swallowed up. And yes, we are seeds. So what kind of animals are we? Inside the occupation, the kind that kills and devours alphas, or turns everyone omega. When they come, we lock ourselves together and become a swarm intelligence, a defiance of loneliness, and you can't hurt one of us without hurting all of us. It was exciting to wear the balaclava, because it is exciting to be inhuman and powerful.